we've been talking a lot about technology and how to implement the technology, what type of benefits it has, but it's also very important that the financial metrics behind your infrastructure and applications are governed and that you have some insights into it. So we're here talking about the IT Business Management Suite, so can you talk us through what does it do, how can we use it?
Sure, so the IT Business Management Suite allows you to understand the financial implication of your infrastructure cost. We take all the infrastructure that you're currently running, the server hardware, the labor, the networking cost, the storage cost, combine it all together to give you a good financial picture of where you are from your private cloud perspective. This will then feed back to the blueprints of your VMs to allow you to understand the cost of per VM. So when you actually provision a new VM, you will know how much it costs you to run those VMs.
So people can make then an intelligent choice on whether or not to place it on a tier 1 storage, for example, or a lower tier.
Exactly, so people will be accountable for, they'll know how much it's going to cost, tier 1 storage, Linux versus Windows, storage types, memory bound CPU kind of clusters that you can put it on. You will be able to make the decision-making capabilities that will allow you to exactly make up your mind on the cost aspect of it.
Exactly, so that's up front, you can sort of influence the decision-making process, but can you use it for behind looking at the financial metrics in retrospect as well, so seeing what your infrastructure did?
Absolutely, we support seeing it trends, how much you spend now, how much did you spend last year, are you gaining efficiency or not? We can take a look at the product if you want.
That sounds really good. It sounds interesting, so let us show it.
Sure. So basically this is the homepage of the product. It gives you a high-level overview of your total cloud cost, how much it currently costs you to run your private cloud infrastructure. The operational analysis, who is actually using the VMs, what's your spend across the CPU, the RAM, the storage, are you under-allocating, over-allocating your VMs, basically. The demand analysis side, so consumers consuming your VMs, are they actually, which is your biggest consumer, are they trending up, are they trending down, so you can help influence a showback perspective, so they see and be accountable for what they're consuming and not just get the VMs out of the box. We can dive down a little bit on each one of these, so for example, the cloud cost allows you to see your current infrastructure cost. So we took a lot of the 8 drivers here, and you can configure each one of them. Out of the box, it comes with reference values that we calculate from the benchmark. You have the server hardware, the storage, licensing, maintenance, labor, network facilities, and basically a bulk load of cost. Each one of them has, again, a trending, so you can see how much you're spending on your 2012 servers. You can see the trend over here. The operational analysis screen allows you to see how much you're spending on CPU versus memory versus storage and labor. It allows you to understand your workloads basically on your generation servers. So if you're spending more on older versions, you probably want to upgrade or to refresh your servers. This is a really interesting screen. It's basically the rate card for those clusters. So when you actually put a VM on that cluster, that will cost you. That's how we cost it. So it will cost you per gigahertz and per gigabyte of RAM. So that's what comprises the cost of a VM, essentially. And then we have the demand analysis screen, which allows you to see the consumers, allows them to see how much VMs they're using and how each spend on each VM. We can take a look. The dev department is using this VM. This is the cost per VM, RAM, storage, total cost. So this VM costs $30, basically.
Perfect, so finally the IT department can actually show how much cost a particular business unit is incurring, while in the past they never knew how much cost.
Exactly, so we call that showback, basically showing back to the business. Some of our customers are using it as a chargeback mechanism, so they actually charge back from the business. Most of them are using showback to allow them to just see the cost.
It's a choice on how aggressive you want to be against the business unit, your internal customers and everything?
Perfect. This is another cool feature we have. This is called the planning screen, basically allowing you to expand that, not only understand how much your private cloud costs, but also how much it would cost if you were to move it to Amazon or Azure, if you like. So we can see here that you have a sample of VMs, how much it will cost in private cloud, how much it will cost in Amazon, how much it will cost in Azure. And because it's a fairly complex thing to do, we also provide you with tooltips and information about how do we actually calculate those figures.
Perfect, so that's a benchmark in seeing how well the internal IT department is doing compared to those big companies on the web.
Exactly, it's a benchmarking tool and also possibly a migration tool. So you can in-source from Amazon because it's more expensive there, or you can outsource to Amazon because it makes more sense, burst, outload and stuff like that.
Perfect, well this seems like a very comprehensive suite. You're going to show us one more screen?
Yeah, sure, we can talk about that screen, it's important as well. It's talking about Okay, so now we've outsourced some of our workload is in Amazon and Azure. There's nothing. The business units are actually using that. You can then get this information from Amazon, the bill information, the billing information, get it into the system and see that side by side from your private cloud and your public cloud. So it's no longer something that you hide under the cupboard, but basically you see everything here, and you know how much you're spending on your compute resources.
Very good, very good. So, I mean, I definitely like this, and I know a lot of customers need information like this to be able to show it to their internal users. If our viewers want to sort of get more information, where should they go?
They should go to the booth, to our booth. We have a VMworld booth. It's in the main VMworld around the back. We can give you a more in-depth demo if you want.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And if the viewers are not here, then obviously go to the VMware website and find out more about the IT Business Management Suite. Thank you so much, Eyal.
Sure, thank you.